What's up, VAPEFAM? How y'all doing this week? Welcome to another show, another episode of the Ohm Kiwis. It's episode 99, Megan. I know, right? I'm all fogged out all of a sudden. Hey guys, if you haven't roamed across us before, I'm a MOXLEY, and that's Megan, and we're coming at you from little old New Zealand. So today is just cash as we just be chilling.
Literally.
Right, hang on. Let's see what our delay is today, Megs. We're hitting the screen now. Hey everybody, we got a few hangers lurking out there already. We'll say g'day to everybody once the notification goes out that we've gone live. We've gone live. We've gone live. Competition is closed. I remembered.
Hey.
Dan doesn't happen every time, but every time we do hold a comp, just remember, guys, when we go live, and that's the episode we're drawing it, doesn't mean the comp has ended. So entries are closed.
Yeah.
We'll draw that in a little while. That's the GFOG winners from last week's competition. They could be some lucky winner. One winner could be in to win 550ml of their choice off the entire line that GFOG has got going on in North Canterbury. And I believe, actually, Megan, since our last show, since the tasting last week, which were 5 fruities that we tasted, but winner's choice for that competition. I believe 2. Now, Gary happens to be out in chat, so he can correct me if I get this wrong. I saw 1 definitely, but I was going to say, I think 2 of those coming soon juices that we talked about on the last episode have actually come out. So I think I know 1 definitely. So yeah, Gary can correct me out there if I do or don't have that wrong. I'll say, there's a few peeps hanging, so yeah, I'll take it out in a minute. So, Megan, you're looking tired, darling. Don't mean to point finger, but I hear you had a bit of a hard night last night, bit of a party night. What did you get up to?
Just had a few drinks at home.
Yeah, a few drinks at home, eh?
Yeah, had my sister around, so.
Was there an occasion?
Kinda. There were 2 things that sort of like ended up happening. Yesterday was my last day with the dispensary, which is really, really sad. And
Oh, darling.
so yeah, I wanted to get drunk, so I got drunk. So now I'm a little bit hungover.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, how are you going to say it, Megan? Oh my God, I'm devastated for you, darling. I know that was an amazing job, and for the shop to be letting you go, for them to focus on other financial things. Then, it's sad we won't have a vape shop to hang in Welly anymore. We have to pick another one. We might have to go and hang in Upper Hut.
Oh, I'll still be hanging down at the dispensary every now and again because yeah. Sarah and I have become like really, really good friends, and
it's still your local. Oh my God, it's like a pub.
I mean, yeah, I could say that. Yeah, the dispensary is still technically like my local, but yeah, it's like when you end up working with people, you end up forming friendships and stuff, and that was essentially what ended up happening with myself and Sarah. Yeah, so Sarah wasn't just my boss; she became like a really, really good friend, and she's an amazing person.
Love you.
Yeah, she is so awesome. Like I love her to pieces. So yeah, I told her it's like I will be coming down to the shop to visit, even if it's just to have our little catch ups, because it's like it's become something that I've grown accustomed to over the last few months of being at the dispensary. Is that Sarah and I are just sitting in the shop, like between customers, having a coffee and natter. And
It's
I
been magic.
can't just stop like having like those
The
little
gossip
catch ups
missing
and things
people.
like that. And yeah, they were nice. And so I did tell her, it's like, no, look, it's like until something else comes up, I will be coming into the shop. And it's like, don't think um that just because I've stopped working there that I'm not going to come in anymore. And it's like, you're more than just my boss, you're my friend. And yeah,
They're
so
really awesome people.
so finishing
Oh,
off the actual day itself, it was yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, because normally on a Saturday it's just me, and both
everybody!
Sarah and Garrett had come in around 12:30, and they brought snacks and got me a little gift. I kind of wish I'd brought it down actually, because it was such yeah, it was a very touching gift. It was one of those little ceramic plates, kind of, that you can kind of hang up, but it was a tiki,
Oh,
and
cool.
I thought it was really neat. And it's like, oh, it's like, no, this is absolutely awesome. And it was inside like a little flex kite, so it's like, oh, I love it. I love it a lot. And so yeah, I've got to find like a little home for that somewhere in my room. It's like, I'm pretty sure I can find somewhere to sort of slot it up onto the wall. And Sarah gave me like a bit of a heads up. She was like, look, I'm a sook. And I went, that's okay, because so am I. However, we both managed to keep it together, and we went to leave as the shop had shut. And yeah, Sarah ended up like messaging saying that when she left the shop, when she ended up in tears, and I was like, oh, Sarah. So, big hugs. Yeah, so the whole thing has been like has been a rather emotional thing, I guess, for the both of us.
Oh, I can imagine. Can imagine.
But yeah.
So all your future shows are going to be done in your cool new little vape offices.
Yes. In here.
Now we need to get something on that wall behind you, girl.
I know. Something will eventually go up there, and it's something that's on the cards actually for the entire house. Oh, the house. Because it hasn't quite got that homely feel yet. There's still things that are kind of missing, like where you want to be a little bit more decorative with like your home, to give it that homely feel sort of thing. And yeah, we're still in the process of needing to get that done. So well, now that I've got a little bit more time on my hands, hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit more stuff done around the house.
Well, hopefully, honey, good luck to you finding another job, actually.
Yes, that's going to be the other interesting part, is looking for something else, another job to go into. The disadvantage that, I mean, if anyone that lives in like a big city within the country like knows that there are multiple suburbs within said cities. I live in a suburb that is quite a distance from Wellington City itself, like the actual CBD of the city. And my background is usually sort of office administration. I'm the office bitch normally, like not necessarily the bitch that does like things for like everyone, but yeah, my background was mainly in corporate government or telecommunications. Just that's where I kind of slotted in. And the only exception for me working in retail was a vape shop. And that's where the dispensary kind of fitted in. And Puriroa, with where the dispensary is the closest to where I'm living currently at the moment. So Whitby is in Puriroa. And I can't find anything in Puriroa that is within my employment background. Aww. So I'm going to have to look potentially into Wellington City itself, which means the commute is going to suck.
Crossing fingers something's out there for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've got like a few that I need to sort of put together some cover letters and things for and apply. But yeah, That's the easy part. The hard part is waiting for responses, and their previous experience has not been very nice to me. I either get 90% of no contact whatsoever, so I don't know what's happened, so it's essentially just gone, no response, and the other 10% is rejection emails, and it's like, how do I cope with just a slither? There's like this tiniest little slither where I get an interview, and it doesn't get any further.
Love.
I will take hold of them. So I'm kind of hoping that something changes, because my financial situation has changed dramatically.
I can imagine, darling. I can imagine.
Yes.
Well, we've got a few people that have rolled in while you've been telling us what's been going on with you. So we'll see some g'days, eh?
Yeah.
Some g'days. What's up? What's up? Going out there. Loves to G-Fog. G-Fog in the house. Mr. Gowie. Mr. John Horn's hanging out. Hello. Welcome again, my dear. And we got Miss Nomi, one of our dolls. Gnomes, chilling. We're just chilling today, guys. We're just chilling. Loves. Mwah. Miss Sam, Samantha Mitchell. Apologies. Getting all tongue-tied already. Hanging with us. What's up, girl? What's up? We got Darren hanging. Darren Johnston today. Johnston. Yep, got that one right. I won't say them too fast, say the wrong one. Who else did I see scrolling in? Hey, iVape Australia is lurking in the shop.
Jackie.
Big loves going out to Jackie and Shane. I know we're lurking on the shop wall. We got Mr. Elmo in the house. Loves Nick. What up? One of our honorary NZ dolls. Who else we got chilling? I saw another name, I think. Just remember, if you guys want a holler, say something out in chat and your name will pop up and we'll say, g'day.
We do that periodically throughout the show whenever anyone new comes in.
And of course, hi, Lickers. Hi. Actually, aside from me being a little hungover today and tired, I actually have a real life background lurker going on today. So we're just doing a wee short show, a wee short hang for y'all today, just to chill for a little bit. And and then I got to go and do some. We will have a Zoom. We will have an after party, but those at the after party will get to meet my background lurker. Possibly. He might not come on camera. I don't know. My dad is hanging in the house.
Daddy!
Papa is hanging. So, okay. I'm all excited about this. So I'm going to explain why Dad's here, because my parents don't lurk around with the show and stuff. This is new. Like, in 2.5 years. This is the first time this has ever happened. So, We do the share the love in the family with the old phones, you know. Somebody phone dies, you hand off, you know, pay it forward, the old phone you might have in the background, or someone gets an upgrade and such gets the next phone. Well, that's what's going on today. Dad's phone died, so he went and bought an upgrade, and then Dad's a computer guy or a laptop guy. He's old school, analog. Dad's awesome techie man, but he's not really into the life on your phone PDA styles, computer in your hand, the way the rest of us do it these days. You know, well, a lot of us, I should say. So yeah, Dad went and bought an upgrade. He went and bought an S7. Well, that's a little bit too much phone for Dad. I'm getting the upgrade and I'm swapping Dad onto my current phone, which is perfectly fine and having no issues after a couple of years still. So yeah, yay me! Like, upgrade by accidental awesome default. Because, you know, I wasn't expecting to need another phone for at least another year. Well, hey, Christmas is early today. So our phones are transferring in the background, and I got to suss that some more after the show and do the swappy. So, yeah, background lurking by default. Hey, we got Shakira just rolled in, honey. How you doing, doll? And Miss Sandy, System Smile Double. Going out to some more NZ dolls just strolled in. We're just chilling today, girls. We're just hanging, talking rubbish. Well, not so much rubbish, but, rambling a bit. So if you guys have got any questions about anything, juice, mods, vape life, whatevs, even if you want to know something about Megs or I, that we're happy to share with you guys, we'll tell you if it's a bit too personal or not, but we're happy to chat. So if you guys want to know anything, just ask a question and, throw us a holler. Holla. Holla, holla. Oh, actually, while I'm throwing out a holler and remembering, Dr. Ian Ferris, did I say it correctly? I did. Calling Dr. Ian Ferris to reception. You were one of our winners last week for the Captain Vapor 80 RDTA, and you still have not contacted me, my dear. So obviously you got a bit of YouTube vids to catch up on, and you haven't seen your name called out. After the show tonight, I will actually, or at some point tonight after I've sussed that out, I will make a post on Facebook and holler at y'all so that you can go and catch the vid and go, oh, yay, me, and contact me at our Facebook page, and we will suss getting that out to you. Just need, what do I need? Your address and your email, and you will go into John's database, Captain Vapor's database for his clientele, and yeah, he'll send you out your prize that you won from the competition we drew last week. So again, calling Dr. Ian Ferris. Dr. Ian Ferris, you have won a Kangatech 80 RDTA. Please contact the Ohm Kiwis stat. I was like, how am I going to end that? Oh, yeah, stat. I have no idea if that's just a screen name or if he's a legit doctor, but, we'll roll with it. So, yeah, he was one of our winners last week. So, please, yeah, holler at me, honey, and we'll get your prize sorted. So, yeah, just chilling, lurking. Hey, Paul's in the house. What up, Labworks? How you doing, honey? Haven't seen you. Yeah, calling to reception. Doctor, that's the one, paging Dr. Ian Ferris.
Yeah.
That's the one, totes. Right, what else did I have to do? No, we're just on a short show. Should we do the winners already? Should we just get them out there? Winners, sorry, my bad. Winner. Yeah, seeing as Gary is lurking out there in the background, of course, the winner has to contact me, at the Ohm Kiwis page and suss out address, and of course, Meg, if you would like some nick. Of course, go have a look at the website and pick your prize, and 5 winners' choice of your decision. Suss that, throw me that list with the address and all those bits and pieces. So yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling a bit. Should we do a winner, Megan? Shall we? Where's my mouse?
How many winners do we have?
This is just one winner. Awesome winner for 550 mil.
That is wicked.
Yeah, 550 mil. It's a great prize, guys. And if you didn't catch last week's episode, we bloody loved that tasting, didn't we, Mix? Didn't we? Actually, yeah, we'll just pause there. We'll build some anticipation up. Yeah, Megan, shall we recap? I've been vaping them all week. I really dug last week's flaves. Like, oh, hang on. Right now, we haven't done mods setups today. Right now, I'm rocking on Geek Vape Aegis Legend. Not going to say too much. Review coming real soon. And I have. Oh, we're both rocking it. Yeah. We've got a different color each. So yeah, we have got these going on. We're in reviewing process using dropping. Yes, I dropped it. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So I've been rocking the G-Fog juice all week. Come on, autofocus. Are you going to play the game today? It is on. I saw it doing its thing earlier. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I moved. I'm sorry. Like, just in my head, I moved and it went. Got Adam's apple going on today, which was my fave pick of the ones last week, and we loved them all, didn't we, Megan?
Yes, we did. We did indeed.
Have you been enjoying them throughout this week?
I haven't throughout the week because I ended up leaving the bottles here in the office, and the only time I'm in the office is if I need to do something on the computer.
Oh, you need to take them
So
up
they're
to
all still
your
sitting
vape
down here in front of me. I was actually meant to take them into the dispensary and and get Sarah to try some of them
house.
because I thought
Well,
that the a couple, like a few of them, would actually go down a treat.
I have been loving them this week. I have rocked, well, today, like I said, is Adam's apple. I have rocked some berry jelly this week, some ESP this week, and some illusion. And, oh, I'm going to say it. I know the ESP ingredients. I'm not going to tell you, though. I'm not going to ruin the surprise because that was fun last week. Yeah, me and Gary had a convo after the show, and I realised on that product list that he had sent me, the ingredients were actually right in front of me, and we had a conversation about that later. But I didn't realise that till after the show because at that particular time we were tasting that flavour, I didn't have the list up, so I didn't click. So that was a wee lull, had a wee lull there, and it was right in front of me at the time, and I couldn't grab them. However, since I now know what's in them, I can taste them. I can pick them, and they're so there. And I'm like, how did I not get that? But I'm still not going to tell you. You'll love it. ESP intrigued quite a few of you, I know, because you said so on your comment entries for the competition. So, without further delay, oh, hang on. Yes, there is further delay. Yes, there is. What up? Going out to Miss Jen Wig, who's just strolled in. Hi, darling. How you doing? And we got Lefa in the house. Mwah. Hey, Lefa. Mr. Ray hanging out from the USA. Oh, making rhymes. And Duncan just rolled in. What's up, Dunk? Hey, if you're here, then that means that the Mrs. Emma may be lurking somewhere in the background too. Hey, Ems, NZ Dolls, lurking. Been having lots of chats with the Emma lately about 50-50 ratios and mouth-to-lung vaping, actually. Oh, for all you Kiwis, there's a new mouth-to-lung vaping group. If that's a zone that you just want to get tips on flavs and coils and specifics around just mouth-to-lung vaping. That's just newly fresh group. Yes, yet another Facebook group, but everyone likes to have a wee niche if that's your vibe. So I will be sharing that around across the groups in the next day or so as well. Nice. So, okay, now, without further ado, because I'm a rambling, hang on, I've lost my mouse again. Right, need the mouse to go onto the other page. Loady that. Alrighty there. And okay, Megan, hit that drum roll. As you guys know, I always just get laughing when it's someone I know. Congratulations to Miss Nomi into Dome. Darling. I know there was a couple of others who were really keen to get this prize because, they want to get in on some G-Fog. But that's awesome, and she hasn't shut the shop yet. So we're live in Vape Crew Christchurch right now, up on the wall, and Miss Gnomes, who's one of the staff members at Vape Crew, yeah, darling, you just won. Mwah. Congrats to you. That's
awesome. What's funny is that a local winner too.
Yeah, way local, and just reading her entry comment. Yes, of course, we know Miss Nomi is in Christchurch and she's keen to try the Blackberry Fog. Sends us all the loves and she'll see us soon. Yep, she did because she's out there and sending you loves, Gnomes. A couple more people just strolled in too, honey. Couple more people. Oh, why do I keep losing my mouse on the wrong screen? Right, shut that. Sort that back over here. All right, who just rolled it? Hey, Vince, V-Dog in the house. Sup to you in Canada, honey. And holla's going out to James. He's been trying to get in on the live chat. Hey, you made it. Welcome. Nate 38 in the house. What up? What's up? She's in the middle of the shop and she just did a victory dance. Love you, know.
That is awesome.
Hey, yeah. I can seize it, girl. I seize it. Right. Oh, I better write your name down before I forget on my bits of paper over here. Right, Miss Gnomes, you know the deal, darling. Go have a look at that GFOG website. Have a peruse through his awesome range, which I think it was 23 on the website last week when we did the tasting. Couple more flavors have been released since then that we spoke about that were coming soon. So yeah, go have a peruse through that list of 25. If I've got that 2 released right, then yep, it's now 25. And yeah, pick 5 flavors, honey, and tell me through your deets, your neck level, if you so choose. And we'll get that over to Gary. Get your prize sorted, darling. I don't know how often he comes into the city, into Christchurch. He may deliver it in person. Don't know. Just throwing that out there. I don't even know if Gary would do that. Sorry, honey.
He's just jumping the gun on his behalf.
I have no idea how often you go to the city. I'm aware where Gary lives, and he's like 45 minutes, an hour, depending on traffic, outside of Christchurch. So he's North Canterbury. Jen's in the house. Mwah! What's up, Miss 44 South? Miss Jennifer has joined in.
Hi, Jen.
Oh, can someone type out there in chat for Gary to refresh his page? You can't see what's happening. His YouTube's playing up. Oh, James, wow, welcome. You were one of the entries to the 44 South 2K competition. Thank you for subscribing. You were one of the peeps that helped push us over that 1K mark. And yeah, welcome to the show. Today we're just chilling, we're just hanging. This is Cash as just announced that winner from last week's show. And yeah, we're just hanging with you guys for a little bit longer, just a wee short show to keep in touch with the Vape fam. Say hey, keeping it real. Saying hey.
Exactly.
And yeah, if you guys have any questions about whatevs, mods, juice, vape life in New Zealand, if you're from overseas, just throwing out ideas here, guys. Yeah, you know, you got a question, ask it. Hey, there she is, Miss Emma. What's up? What's up? Tānomi. Yeah, alrighty, so cool. That's actually like buzzed me out. Nomi hasn't won off us in a very long time, so that's way cool. And like I said, we all know that I burst out laughing when it's somebody I know that wins one of our prizes. Not for any particular reason, except for the fact that I know who it is. It's like, hey, it's your turn again. Hey. All right, okay, so hopefully Gary's refresh worked. And Gary, we just drew the winner of your giveaway, honey, and that is Miss Gnomes that is out in chat, and she knows the deal, and we'll pick the deets, and I will get that info over to you later on this evening when we've sussed all that, huh? So yes, congratulations, Miss Nomi. Oh, Megs. I'm like, what do I talk about next? What's next? Have you got what's been going on in vape life? Like, and so like it's been your last week at the shop, and people have come to say goodbye, see you off, your locals, or you've talked to your locals. Is there anything like happening in the hood of Porirua? Like, what's real life, vape life got going on? Yep, that did come out right. Yeah, I was like, how am I saying this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what are the issues people are having when they're coming into the shop? What's that day-to-day stuff where it may be simple as, and us being long-time vapors may be like, oh, this issue again. But, you know, there's heaps of newbies out there. We've got a newbie, new to us anyway, with the show. You know, we always like to keep the peeps going. That
What are the common things that we have that come in the shop?
Yeah.
Or the common issues. I guess the most common issues that seem to come through the doors is usually tanks.
Yeah.
Break the glass.
Oh, really?
And they
Simple
and they
glass.
don't have There's like a lot of them.
Do you guys sell a lot of vape bans in that aspect? Or vape bans like on high demand because of the glass breaking? Like, I'm guessing.
Well, what ends up happening, like at the dispensary, like we have personally branded vape bands. So we do have vape bands that have the dispensary logos on them, and we also have what is it? Branded silicon battery cases. You know, the individual ones, and those things we offer. Well, the dispensary offer for free. They're not things that are charged for. And it's the same thing with battery wraps. Battery wraps are offered for free as well, mainly because they're issues or they're common issues that people have. So you nick your batteries, you want battery wraps. However, if you're in a position where you can't or you don't have the few dollars to just get some more battery wraps, at the dispensary it was preferred that even if you could or couldn't afford to get battery wraps, they were just something that were just offered. We'd had like a number of people that would come through and request to have battery wraps or look through them, and it's like, oh, well, how much are they? And it's like, they're free, because we'd much rather have you, the consumer, have safe batteries than having batteries that were nicked still. And that was something that blew a lot of people's minds. I was like, wow. And I was like, well, you can pick them up quite cheaply if you know where to look. So it's not really a massive loss, if you know what I mean. So
not every vendor offers them free. Just FYI, whether you're New Zealand or global, like not every vendor offers them. So heads up, that's a wee bonus when the vendor does. Please don't expect it, because not every establishment can afford to do things that way. So just courtesy on little things like that, guys.
A lot of them, I mean, it's like, because you pay so little to get them, I mean, it's kind of a bit pointless to kind of just go, oh, what the heck, yeah, we'll charge X number of dollars or whatever for, I don't know, about a couple of pairs or something like that. And it's the same thing in regards to with the vape bans. I mean, it's if you've got a customer that's come in and they've broken their glass and they've purchased the glass off you, and it's like, well, here, put a couple of these on. It may help protect the glass, because it's not going to help you if you happen to drop it from a height and it smashes. It's like but it'll help it for if you accidentally knock it over or something like that. It's going to protect the glass. And also free wrapping, as we do that too. We battery wrap people's batteries, because we do have customers that come into the shop that require the batteries to be rewrapped, and they don't know how to do it. So
I'm having a wee Google over here, because my question, albeit I realised after I said it that it was going to turn into this anyway, but I love you, Sarah and Garen. It's turned into a plug for the dispensary, even though she's left.
But yeah, it's just those little things that, you know, that make the customer go, you know what, that was really cool, I'll come back. And you see those customers come back because you see them with those branded vape bands still on their vapes and stuff when they come in, and it's like, oh, you've been here before. So it's quite cool. And I mean, they're little things that we kind of feel that is going to make their vapes last longer or their batteries last longer. So that was one of the things that became like a big thing for us.
You see the comment that John said?
What's that?
A little bit of customer service like that goes a long way for repeat business, and he's not wrong. Yeah,
and that's true.
It's all about that customer service, that friendly rapport, that warm environment. You know, if you're having a good old chat with your customer, and there's, you know, basic customer service, politeness, courtesy, all of the things, and those little extras that a shop will sometimes offer. Yeah, repeat business, happy customers. Awesome. That's what
And
we
that's
love.
it.
And of course, Megan, I've seen you in action, darling. You're great at your customer service.
Well,
Fabulous,
I
girl.
did have about 10 years of customer service experience beforehand, so.
I know. That's why I thought I'd do a cheeky holler out there. Right, we've got Miss Sandy out there, Miss System Smile Double, has had, I asked if she was working there because she wants us to do a shout out, but she has had a really positive experience with the staff at Vape Merchant, which is a new, recently new franchise that's hit New Zealand in various wee spots. She wants a holler to go out to the Christchurch store in Linwood. Yep, checking I had the right suburb. Just to read her comment. At their shop in Christchurch, they've got a great range of pod system vape gear geared towards the smokers, so those beginners, the starter kit range, and the staff really nice and patient. They explained to her how vape works to smokers, and yeah, going through who know nothing, information getting through to those who know nothing about vaping. So
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Yeah,
really cool. You would hope that every vape shop is like that.
I was about. Yep.
Yeah,
Totally.
that was one of our biggest things when the dispensary had opened in Porirua, because it was like the first, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, the dispensary was the first actual purpose-built vape shop in Porirua. I mean, yeah, we had the likes of Shosha, and then there was like the tobacconist that sort of sold vape gear, but yeah, I'd like to think that the dispensary was the first in Porirua that had actual knowledge. And in the first few months of being opened, a lot of the products that were being purchased were beginner gear. So you had to be patient. That was one of the big things about working at the dispensary, and I'm sure it's the same with any of the other big vape B&M shops around the country. So that if you're going to have someone come in and purchase their very first vape, you need to be able to explain to them in layman's terms how to use that product, so that when they walked out of that shop, that they were confident that they can use that product without going, what do I do? Because it is a mind-boggling thing to start with. There's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. It's like it's something as simple as, how do I refill my tank?
It's the little things, that can get somebody flustered, and it may seem real simple, but unless you're shown and done it right those first couple of times, of course you're not going to know unless you get told, shown information, learning the new things.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
something completely different and so brand new. And especially if you're someone walking into a shop like that for the very first time, you want to be, you want to feel like you're confident that you can use that product that you've just bought.
Yes, that's right there, eh?
Because the last thing you need, because I've had this happen a couple of times whilst working at the dispensary. I've had a couple of customers actually come in with products that they've purchased from Shosha, and they had no idea how to use it. And I ended up asking, and so, well, how did you manage to get it set up in the first place? And they said, well, they just put it together, put the juice in, and boom, I was away. And they handed it to me, just said, yeah, just push that button, and they were away laughing. Supposedly. However, when they got to the point where it's like, okay, I need to refill the tank, or they'd broken the glass and or something else where they had taken it apart and couldn't remember how to put it together. And it's like, okay, I will break it down for you. And it's like, okay, so essentially I ended up taking the tank off said mod, and I would explain to them, and it's like, okay, so this is your mod. And it's like, it runs on two 18650 batteries. So I'm kind of using this as an example. And I would tell them, it's like, okay, so how you would have your batteries. It's like, if you want to change them out, this is how you open it, it's how you close it, it's how you put the batteries in. You're basically explaining everything to them that would make them feel comfortable. And then once I had explained what the mod was, then I would break down the tank and show them exactly what the tank is. So it's like, okay, so for something like this, to take it apart, it's like you just unscrew the base and then break down each of the bits that were inside it. And it's like, it's really simple. It all screws in together, unscrews apart. And just making sure that they were aware as to what the product was, how it worked, how it came apart, and how it goes back together. And afterwards, once I had put it all back together and filled it up with juice, then the next thing you end up going, so do you have any questions? Is there anything about your setup that you are unsure of? Yes, because I want you to walk out of that door knowing that you have a product that you can operate.
Yep, completely.
And a lot of the times it's like, no, yeah, it's great. And it's like, you've explained everything exactly what I needed the guys over there to do. And they didn't. And they would thank me, buy a bottle of juice, and I'd send them on their way. And it feels so much better knowing that you have taught someone something about their device that they didn't know about.
And they walked out understanding it with clarity and confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Just reading through comments and a few like beginner experiences, and a few of our dolls talking about that feeling of intimidation about walking into a shop and not knowing, and feeling overwhelmed by the lack of knowledge, as well as sometimes the, that persona that it may be just a male industry. So, that's for the females that walking into a vape shop, that can sometimes be part of the anxiety about asking the things. But it's always great to see peeps walking in, having that confidence, having those conversations, learning new information from great customer service, from good people in the shop. Not just having the information, sharing the information, because we can spout things at people and they're just staring at you like a brick wall.
Yeah.
Be able to portray the information clearly and simply, especially to those beginner levels, and them understanding, that clarity of how the information is being shared. That's also part of good customer service, that relatability to those beginners as well.
Yeah.
So, Miss Jen Wig was just saying out there in chat that she went into a vape shop once, and when she was a beginner, and one of those first questions, are you a mouth to lung or a direct lung vapor? She had no idea what the hell they were asking her. Like being a beginner, even a simple question like that, which is information someone like you and me need to guide them further with product and what device that they're going to be learning out or juice they're going to be vaping on. But still, a question like that, albeit simple, and we can move forward from it, is like, what the hell? I didn't even know what language you're speaking, bro. We get it. We were beginners once too, so we do get it. And we've got, hey Riley, just holler out there to Riley. Been chatting out there and chat to him. Works at the Mushroom Cloud. I just asked him which cloud he's in actually. He is in the New Plymouth one. Did we meet at Vape Day? Did I meet you, Riley? I don't know. There was a few people in the shop I didn't get introduced to. So that's why I asked which shop you're at, bro. Megan and me came into the shop the day before Vape Day. Yeah. So yeah, were you there and we met you, but we didn't meet you? Hi. We'll meet you now. Hi, bye. What's that? And while I'm saying another holler, sup going out to Raven, who just strolled in. We're just chilling today, Raven. We're just having a wee chat, and it'll be a wee short show. We're we're going to mosey off very shortly. So yeah, we're just chatting about vape shops, customer service, all those awesome little things that make it great when you're a beginner to help understand stepping into vape life.
Yeah, because I saw like a comment further up, and I think Emma had said it in regards to finding like is it like a beginner being a mouth to lung on a beginner setup, found it very intimidating going into a vape shop. That was one of the things that we well, I keep saying we.
I be your we. I share info. I'm an admin on the pages. We shout the info. I do customer service online.
Yeah. Like with me saying we, I'm saying we as in like
the
we
shop staff, the shop,
the dispensary. That was one of the things that we wanted with the dispensary, is to provide an atmosphere where it was inviting and that it didn't seem very daunting. I mean, I'm not sure whether or not if a lot of people know, like in regards to the dispensary, the dispensary is owned by Sarah. Sarah owns the dispensary. It's her shop. So it's owned and run and operated by women.
Dolls in the house.
Yeah. I mean, yes, she does have her husband Garrett, who sort of helps her out with things in the background. And then we've got Steve Lilly, who often jumps into our little chat thing there, and he helps in regards to like the online stuff, which has been absolutely awesome. Although I did have like a moment when he was communicating with a customer who said, sure, we'll put 3 bottles of voodoo something aside for you, that's no problem. He comes in, we have no voodoo left. And he was like, yeah, I was talking to Steve, who said that he like put like 3 of these bottles aside. And I was like, okay, when did you communicate with Steve? Because Steve doesn't work in the shop. And he's like, oh, it was on Thursday. And I went, we haven't had any voodoo in the shop since last Saturday. So yeah, it was hilarious. But I went to the guy and was like, look, what I can do, like I was trying to think as to what could be done. I was like, I'm not entirely sure when our next order of Vape Canyon's going to be coming in. And he ended up asking, would it be okay if I made an order now and paid for it and you guys can ship it to me? Because he lived in the city. And I went, you know what? Yes, I'll do that. So I took down his details and everything and did the order, made a note and put it aside and I knew that Sarah and Garrett were going to be in the shop that day because it was my last day. So when Sarah had come in, I went to her and it's like, I have a receipt here and a note. and it's an order for someone who wanted like a few bottles of voodoo. 2 bottles of voodoo blue and 1 voodoo red. I've taken down his address details and email address. When that order comes in, can you please have that packed and shipped to him? And she was like, yep, I can do that. That's absolutely fine. And I was like, yep, so the address is there. It's also on the receipt. She goes, oh, thank you, Megan. You are so awesome. And it's like, It's like, it's the least I could do. But yeah, you want to try and go that extra mile for your customers, regardless of what level that they're at.
Yep.
And that was always like a big thing for the dispensary, is that we tried our absolute best to accommodate and meet the needs. If we couldn't, and we knew that we wouldn't be able to do it in a timely fashion, we would suggest like some of our other local vape shops. And I'm not talking about local to Puriroa, I'm talking like the country. There were times I would often redirect people to say, look, if you don't mind ordering online, you can get that product from, say, the Vaping Kiwi, Vaporium, or here. And I was like, they have these products because I know that they have them. And they were grateful for that. But also at the same time, in the back of my mind, I knew this is a lost sale. And it stung. It stung. But at the same time, you want to be supporting your other local vendors as well. But
and it's about community, like straight off the bat, because you've suggested another vendor who may be cheaper or have it in stock right now, or specifically have that product and you don't stock it, yada yada. Like, because there's that suggestion being put out there, the customer, whether they're a newbie or not, is instantly saying, there's community in amongst vendors, not just this online world. There is actual community amongst people, not hate, not trying to keep that sale here, although, like you said, you've lost it because you're suggesting elsewhere because you can't help them out in that moment. But like that instantly says, there's no hate between and I'm not going to name people or anything, but community love amongst the vendors just as much as the community members themselves, because that's it right there. I was saying that in a roundabout way, but
look like that, like to the customer, that that there is that understanding, but really the bottom line of it is that you're wanting to provide a product to a customer regardless of where they're getting it from.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, you really want them to buy from your own shop or wherever you're working. But if you don't have that product, you can't send that customer away going, well, what am I going to do then? Give them options.
Well, I want the product now.
Yeah. It's like, give them options. And that's what that is. That's me looking out for that customer, making sure that, oh shit, you need coils. Okay, then that's not a problem. Get them from here. And it's like, you may have to wait overnight. And it's like, look, with the Vaping Kiwi, look at the time. Look, if you can get an order in by 3 p.m. today, he'll get it in the post today. And he goes, and you should hopefully get it the next day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's up, Church? Holla, holla. Church just strolled in, darling.
Church.
That's it right there, like, for a lot of people as a newbie as well, like a beginner, you're like, you hear about our vaping community, you hear about our online world, and whether you're an online person or not, you still know it exists. Not everybody's on Facebook scenario. And that's just it, with what I was saying, like, the vendors themselves as people are community members as well, and we all were beginners once, so like we're all here to help each other make sure you have the best or the most enjoyable vaping experience you can have to keep you vaping and not pick up a cigarette. It's all about saving your life, and it's all about not smoking. So yeah, community love for those newbies. Great customer service shows them that community love. Because, I'm going to say it, though. I am going to say it. There are some people out there who could work on their customer service. Again, not naming names, not picking on anybody, generalised comments. Those vendors do lose out. The reputation does get out there. The murmurs do go around online. So up your game, darlings. If you've got a B&M or if you deal with any customers face-to-face and you're being known out there as a bit of a dick, sort your shit, darlings, because remember the lovelies, eh?
Yes.
Hey, Lexus. Hey, you. She said, hi, me. So, hey, you. It's just scrolling, one of our dolls. Well, actually, and James just made a great point as well, which sort of goes with a little bit on my comments about don't be a dick. The difference between, there are some vendors out there for making a coin, have started their business for making that dollar, all about the dollar, and there are the vendors that are entirely focused on saving lives and helping people and keeping people off the smokes over that dollar. So yeah, there is a difference. There are two types of vendor out there, not gonna lie, but those vendors who are more focused on the dollar soon realize that they need to shift their perspective a bit. I think to build up a good community reputation.
Yeah.
Well, and I was just sort of like, as I was saying that, I'm like, well, I hope they're realizing that's what they may need to be doing. Well, it's one thing to say it, but they're the ones who may need to be realizing that community is just as important community, the customer service is just as important as the dollar they're trying to make. So, you know, like, hey, yo, we're people, we're not dollar signs. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's you've got to find that balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to be like, yeah, understandably, a vape shop, whether it's online or have a B&M, that yes, it's business, and business is money, and all of that sort of stuff. But you need a balance between the service that you're providing and making that money. If
Mm-hmm.
you are too focused on the money side of it, the service starts to falter. So if you can keep it sort of like well balanced, then yeah, it'll be a successful business.
Gnome's just made another very good point, which isn't seen often and is a very small part of the community by those vendors. And again, so very general comments. There is like nobody specific in my head. Like, I'm not picking on anybody. But there are those vendors out there who are focused on that dollar, who are also not so great with their staff, and the staff are all about saving lives. So, you know, like, hey, your staff are community members too, and need just as much love as the person walking in the shop who may be handing over their money to you. So, yeah, like you just got to share the love in all aspects, you know. It's not just about the dollar. Perfectly worded, like you got to find that balance. That balance. Hey, Mitch, how you doing, honey?
I think that was probably one of the things as to why I rate. See, now I'm going to completely shift. I'm going
Oh,
to
go.
shift companies and shift industries. Before I ended up sort of becoming, like how I said earlier, that I was kind of like in corporate business offices and things like that. Previous to that, I worked at McDonald's. And I worked at McDonald's for about 10 years. It was my first job, and it was the job that set my foundation for my work ethic.
No, hey guys, Macca's is a great job for all of those customer service training business type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Customer
no, hey,
service,
even if you don't like
business, management, all of that. That's why I said it has set the foundation for my work ethic. I think for like the last 6 or 7 years of me working at McDonald's, I was a manager. Their management program was amazing. Amazing.
good things, yeah.
It taught you lots. Like, yes, there. I mean, for those that don't know, McDonald's actually put you through courses, management courses, and these courses, like, depending on sort of like where you are, you could potentially end up going out of town to sit a particular course. For like the management ones from when I was there were 4 courses that basically set you up that when you completed all 4 of them, you could potentially open your own store.
Ooh.
And that was cool. So when I was a manager, I ended up attending 2 of the 4 courses. First course, I didn't leave town. It was held in Wellington. Second one, they sent me to Auckland for. I knew that if I was to go through all 4 of them, the 4th one would potentially send me to Australia.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. However, when my at the shop that I worked at, the store manager that used to run that one, when he was going through his courses, his very last management one, which set him up to become like a store manager, potentially a franchise owner, sent him to the US. So he did his final management stuff over there, and I thought that was really, really awesome. And and going through like those courses, it wasn't just about talking about McDonald's. Like, we didn't talk burgers and stuff. It was management things is what we were discussing through these courses. And a lot of it was sort of boiled down to something like being able to communicate Communication is so important, especially when you are in a management position and you're wanting staff to do shit for you. There is a way to approach your staff. And this was one of the things that they really sort of honed in on. And the different types of communication that you use in order to get shit done.
Get done.
And that's basically how I kind of put it down to. It's like, look, if you want something to be done, it is easier to ask someone to do it than demand it.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up seeing this firsthand whilst I was actually working at McDonald's with another manager who I felt was not ready to be one. And she was just absolutely awful. I'm walking in the shop. She is screaming the restaurant down.
Oh, I hate them ones.
I ended up having to go in. I cut her off. I went, stop, office, now. And I was like, what the heck is going on? All of a sudden, she is yelling, and I'm like, stop.
Why are you screaming like a Mimi?
Like, you're yelling again. Talk to me.
Yeah.
So she ended up telling me what was happening, and I was like, well, did you ask? And she goes, of course I did. And I went, okay, let me reword this question. How did you ask?
And well, I yelled at them. Of course I did.
And of course she ended up kind of rephrasing her way of asking. And I was like, okay, I want you to show me who was giving you this issue. So she was having an issue with trying to get one of the staff members to clean up the back area, like the back wash area, where all the dishes and things were being done. All of the breakfast stuff was still out and not put away. So by the time I'd walked in, breakfast is well and truly finished.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, so what are you doing? And she goes, I have asked her to make sure that all of these things are put away, and she's not doing it. And she makes out like she can't understand me. And goes, I don't understand what you're saying. And I was like, oh, okay. So I go over and I say hello to the person. I'm not going to say her name because, you know, usually whenever you greet someone, you go, hi, such and such. And I was like, how's your day going? She goes, I was a little bit busy, but it's good. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, and I'm looking around and it's like, I can see that it is after midday and the breakfast equipment is still out. Can I please get you to put all of the breakfast stuff away and just clean up this back area? He goes, I'll be back in about 15 minutes to check on how you're going. But if you can get it all done before I come back, that'll be amazing. And she goes, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, thank you. And I turn around and I look at this manager who'd been yelling and I was like, how hard was that? He goes, we will come back in 15 minutes and I can guarantee you she's done it. And she's like, no, she won't. And I was like, go away. Just go do something else. We'll be back in 15 minutes to check. Sure enough, 15 minutes later, it's all done. All done.
Because you asked nice.
Yes. And then, of course, I ended up thanking her again. And then I got her to do something else. And I was like, in between customers, can you please check this? And he goes, and let me know how it goes. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that. And so thank you. So go off. And I was like, you don't need to yell at your staff. The more you yell at them, the less respect they will have for you. And it's the same thing that applies like in any industry that you're in, where there is a superior and an inferior, like, you know, they've got the freaking ranks. You have a manager and a woman and a worker. Yes, it all works that way. And it's like, and it just blows my mind how some people can't really grasp that sort of thing. And because, like I said earlier, that McDonald's had set my foundations. So no matter what job that I went into after that, I implemented what I had learned from McDonald's and implemented it into every job that I have done ever since. And that was something I ended up mentioning to Sarah when I had started working for the dispensary. I ended up saying to her, and it's like, I am a person of procedure and kind of like lists. And as if something needs to be done on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, I run off lists.
Policy.
Yeah.
Procedure and policy.
That's it. And that's what I run on. And those are the things that I know that if you have an expectation of me to do particular things each day, I will do it. And if you want me to tell someone to do that and do that same thing, I will do that. I will step into that role and ensure that it is passed on to whoever I am managing as well. And it's just those things. And that's where I've always said, it's like, yeah, McDonald's may be sort of like flipping burgers and stuff for a living, but by the time I had left working at McDonald's, I had left there knowing that I was responsible for a multi-million-dollar business. I wasn't a burger flipper.
I just want to read out. Gnome said that it sounds like you'd be an awesome manager, Megan, and I completely agree. I mean, I know you're worth and work. They both work. Ethic. And yeah, you would be a great manager. And I really hope you find a new job with the opportunity to be able to use all your awesome skills, honey.
Yeah. That's hilarious, V-Dog. I quit construction industry when asking nice became policy. That's the interesting thing, because, I mean, my sister is a project manager for a construction business. And, yeah, there's not a lot of sort of, like, asking nice things. Like, there are only particular industries where that actually works. When you're in something as gruff as that, I mean... Yeah.
Construct, yeah. That's a whole different realm of language.
Yeah, it is. And I've seen it. Like, I've seen my sister, like, switch. It's hilarious. It almost looks like as if she's got, like, a multiple personality disorder thing sort of going on. Because, like, she'll go from talking to one of her tradies and be like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden talking to a client. Hi there.
Oh, wow. Of course we can arrange that for you, darling.
Yes. It's hilarious.
Oh my god, I can just hear that as well. Yeah, go Candace. Oh bless. Okay, we've had a good chill and ramble, and I have been happy to let Megs just sit back and chat and tell you her stories today. So it's about that time, Megan. It's about that time, and yeah, I've got my dad background lurking and stuff, so need to go and suss that as well. We are having a Zoom after party, guys. And yeah, I'll throw that link out in chat after the show if y'all want to hang out for a bit.
Yeah, I'll try and hang out for a little bit as well. I could just feel my stomach just going, hey.
And I'm going to say it live on the show. Hopefully she won't fall asleep with the coffee in the hand this time. Last week on Zoom, Megan disappeared to go and make something to eat, and I get this message going, yeah, I fell asleep after I made a hot drink. And I was like, I knew it. Knew it. Anyway, all right, Meg, what are you going to say to the peeps as we roll out?
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in and listening to our rambles. It has been an absolutely fun show this evening. As per usual, if you haven't been following us already, all of our links have been scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and they're also down in the description. Other than that, be good to each other. What was that?
I was pointing at the logo.
Me. I did it.
Oh, well, it works too. I was pointing at all the links and the logos and things. Just remembered before we roll out, next week is our 100th episode. We're giving ourselves another week to sort our shit in the background, and cross fingers, we'll have our shit sorted, and we're going to release the 1K giveaway details on next week's episode. That's all I'm going to say, because we still got to sort our shit. Anyway, love you guys. Remember, research your info to inform yourself so you're educating others so you can advocate truthfully. Be good to each other, fam. Mwah, loves to everybody out there in chat. We're going to go out on some clouds.
Although it's looking pretty cloudy in here.
I know, right? I was just looking at that. And yeah, like I just said, next week is our 100th episode. So we'll give you guys some 1K deets then. And who knows what else we've got to talk about. I'm not quite sure right now. Tune in next week to find out what we're going to ramble about for next week because we don't know yet. So we'll figure it out as we go along. Alrighty, I'm just talking shit now. Right, we'll just go out on some clouds and we'll see y'all later. Be good, be good, be good. We're watching.
We're watching everywhere.
I don't even know how we're watching, but you know, like them eyes in the sky or something. Oh, hey, that was a good one. Almost landed on the camera.
That's what I was aiming for. Oh, come on now.
I haven't tried to do eyes for a wee while, actually.
Oh, it went the wrong way.
I got a few in there. They're not all snowballs.
Where's the draft coming from, honestly?
Yeah, there's a few. Oh my god, Megan is the cloud right now. Megan is the cloud.
I am the cloud. That sounded so creepy. Yes, John. Be good or be good at it.
All right, I'm about to start coughing. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.